Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you another Clash Royale video. In this video, we open up our first legendary chest for the YouTube community, as this is something I'm going to try doing with every legendary chest, so you guys can get an idea, and we'll obviously title the video Legendary Chest Number 1 for your viewer. So before we actually open up the legendary chest and afterwards, I'm going to show a couple replays from the clan that I found entertaining. Alright, so we have Max versus Miniman 2008 from Clash Kings. First off, Elite Barbs, go to the Valkyrie. A lot of counters as that goes down. Use a skeleton army before it hits on the tower. So Fire Spirit should take out most of the skeleton army. A good counter for it. If you don't have a zap in rotation. Now he does have Golem Graveyard. So that's going to be a really hard one to counter. Even a Prince too, because he's got two heavy cards along with a Graveyard. He's even got a Wizard for splash protection. Here, uses 3 Musketeers in a controversial position because all you have to do is put a Wizard and a Prince and that'll shut it down. Granted for 1 more elixir. It starts with the Battering Ram. That's actually a good place to get him some Barbs. Actually, the opponent uses Battering Ram, so that takes out the Prince. Now, here he's got to use a defensive miner. Unfortunately, it doesn't save the Wizards, but it does chip down the Musketeers. That was actually a good log by the opponent because he really had no good play there. So, really interesting gameplay here. Obviously, probably saving Golem Graveyard for overtime. There he does get a hit on the tower with the Battering Ram, and those Barbs are going to do some heavy damage. And there's the tower. Already starting off really bad is Miniman. So there, again, there's the Elite Barb. You would think at this point he'd realize he doesn't have a spell, and instead of wasting a Valkyrie, he would just play Skeleton Army, but we haven't seen his entire deck. There the Elite Barbs get 1 shot, not too bad. So there's the first Golem of the match. At 1:15. Those 3 Musketeers should do quick work on the Golem. However, if the Musketeers get too close to the tower, I don't think it will. I think he's going to have to place a Wizard down and shut it out. And a Bomber. So 3 hits from the Wizard takes out all those Musketeers. And the Wizard is still up. Probably where Skeleton Army or a Zapper work really well. First, he's got to use the Zap first to reset the Prince, and he uses Stab now. I think he's trying to save the Skeleton Army. There's a Valkyrie to finish off the Prince. So down goes another Golem. Once you hit double elixir, Golems are really powerful. Now here, you know he's got Elite Barb and he has a Wizard. It looks like he's trying to push for a 3-star. The Battering Ram does hit on the tower. Another Battering Ram hits on the tower, so there's a Miner to deal with the Barb. There's almost a full health Golem on the tower, so he's got to drop the Skeleton Army. There's a Prince. Now I would drop a Valkyrie so the Wizard will not get at the Skeleton there, and the Valkyrie takes out that quite easily. So, 10 seconds to go. At this point, you just got to distract the Prince. And Skeleton Army, 1 health. That is ridiculous. Talk about lucky. That should definitely piss somebody off, and it totally does. Great job, Max. You almost probably blew it because it was double elixir. I don't know if you could have came back if he got that tower, but great 1 health victory. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Alright, so next up we have a second replay from Max against Iphos. So he's got a Sparky, I think the stupidest card in the game, a Goblin Hut, Elite Barbs, and a Wizard. However, Max's hand is pretty clunky. At this point, I'd probably just either split 3 Musketeers, and he doesn't split. I don't think he knows how to split, so luckily the opponent plays a passive Goblin Hut. So that's not too bad. You could reinforce it with the Ram. Here he's probably going to defend with Elite Barb. Now he's going to let the tower hit him. So the Elite Barb on the 3 Musketeers. And that should be tower gone. Places a Wizard in front of the Elite Barb. He probably did Goblin. I mean, zapped. So Elite Barbs only get 1 hit on the tower. Valkyrie should do good work on the Wizard. Uses a Bomber. That's actually good enough that it stops damage on the tower. Now the interesting thing is, if he had a tower down, a Valkyrie could work as a decent tank for a Skeleton Army, or 3 Musketeers behind a Valkyrie could work really well. Here, doesn't really have a good play against the Mini Horde, so basically you kind of have the defensive Skeleton Army just to tank the hits from the minions. Looks like he's not going to do it, so it looks like he's going to lose the tower, although he does place 3 Musketeers down, and That's going to stop the spear goblins from raining out. There's a rocket. And there's the first tower. It does not hit any of the 3 musketeers. So there's a battery ram kind of in front of the thing. And there's the infamous Sparky, which is another piece of crap. It's going to hit on 2 bars, but the musketeers are going to make short work of that Sparky. Is it going to go down? No, it does not. But as we know, Sparky is a piece of crap. You can even set it off with the ram. Uses the zap it and a skeleton already. So here's a mirror incoming. Well, 10 skeletons. What do you do at this point? It looks like he gave up. He had a furnace and he didn't use it the whole game. I really don't understand that. So good job, Max. Ifos goes down right at double elixir by Max. Pretty good game. Opponent was obviously horrible, but that was pretty cool. Alright, so here we have the legendary chest. We're about 6.5 minutes into the video, so we're going to open up the silver chest first. The stinky royal giants. So now, we're going to open up the legendary chest. Inside, we receive another princess, allowing us to get her up to level 2. Now, that's pretty important because it does make it more difficult. You can't eliminate it except with a max level zap, and obviously against level, I think it's 9 arrows, it's not going to one-shot the princess. Let's check our arrow damage. So, 294 damage, and the princess, and that's a level 10 arrow, or level 11 arrow. Princess, right now, is at 216, so at level 2, she'll go up to 229. So, I think it's the arrows that, because I know a level 2 princess, I think, goes down to level 9 arrows. At level 8, I think it survives with a sliver of health, but it's still 14 damage and 5 damage per second, so it's a decent upgrade for the princess. Because we're saving up for level 11 zap, which currently the zap does 174 damage, it would go up to 192. So I believe a level 13 zap can take out princesses in one shot, if I'm not mistaken. And a level 13 zap will also take out a level 11 minion horde, so you can use that to your advantage. I think Zap is still a really good play to use. Obviously, Skeleton Army still goes down to a Zap, which a lot of people at this level use Elite Barbs against a P.E.K.K.A. And then you kind of know the Skeleton Army is incoming since it's in a lot of decks. And then you can just zap it and take a tower. That's usually how I play. Alright, so next up we're going to show a replay from 97 P.E.K.K.A. against a Chinese dude. With a Hog Rider Skeleton Army and Princess. Princess is a really fun card, difficult to master because obviously it's great for a Zap Arrow Bait deck. Great with like Minion Horde, Balloon, Lava House. It can also be great with a Skeleton Army because if you have to focus your attention on the Princess, you can't focus attention on the Skarmy and other stuff. So there's an Execution that'll make short work of those archers. However, a Elite Barbs can take out the Executioner pretty well. It looks like you don't even need to really worry about it. Your opponent is kind of low on Elixir. So if he places another card down, it can easily be punished by Elite Barbs. And he can also use the Inferno Dragon from behind if he does place the Prince and help deal with it quicker. So it's kind of a stalemate here. Unfortunately, 97 PR is letting him build up Elixir, but that's a passive play. Splitting up Elite Barbs is really dumb. Fire Spirits will bring him in. And there's a Hog Rider, and the right side is going to need some attention. Luckily, the Elite Barbs don't take much damage, and here it looks like he needed to place a Hog Rider or reinforce with the Inferno Dragon. I've actually found this combo to work pretty well. Here he's got a Zap. He misses the Fire Spirits, but it looks like one Elite Barb is going to get on the tower, and he zapped a little bit early. The problem with zapping early is that the Inferno Dragon, you have to wait a couple seconds. I think he was more focused on the Elite Barbs there, and 97 PR is able to cash in on that tower. So Hog Rider in the base. We know his Skeleton Army is down, so he can't use it, so he gets a couple hits on the tower. There's a Princess, does absolutely nothing against a Hog. So if he can reinforce it, I don't think we've even seen a Prince yet this match. So there's the Princess taken up by a Fire Spirit. So we have a minute and 10 left to go. There's, again, splitting Elite Barbs. I'm not sure why you would do that. I guess if you're playing one heavy card, you're going to get some tower damage. Like if somebody's playing a P.E.K.K.A, that's actually pretty good doing it that way. Even though you could split Barbs, and you'd probably get the same result. So again, he zapped before the Inferno Dragon is even on the tower. And what does that mean? Punish. Obviously, this guy's never played against an Inferno Dragon because you're not supposed to do that. Fire Spirits take out the princess. I believe that's the first prince, and what do you counter with? The skeleton army, which makes it a piece of crap. And look at the damage the Hog Rider and a skeleton did on the tower. Here he places elite barbs on the left, and a skeleton army. That's the skeleton army. There is defensive elite barbs. Never want to see that. Especially with the king tower that doesn't do much. So here he's kind of just trying to drop everything, and that's tower down. Good job at 97 P. Howard roasting him with the Inferno Dragon. Now, I really like that 97 P. Howard is making good work of the Inferno Dragon because it is an okay card, but it's a kind of difficult card to use. Like, if you have a zap in your deck, it does shut out a lot of damage. Like, archers can then take it out pretty easily, and which is really good against Inferno Dragon. But if you have some mechanics that allow you to do damage to an enemy, you can get results like that, and 97 P. Howard doing some good work. So if you like this video, showing off the legendary chest, number 1, getting a second princess and putting her up to level 2 when I feel like it, please give this video a like rating, comment, subscribe, share this video amongst your friends, and as a favorite, check out my other Clash Royale videos playlist, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all HollywoodShono. And I can't wait until I can get another legendary chest. I'm really glad I did not get a Sparky, however, I am still missing the Lava Hound. Have a wonderful day, kids.
www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe, bitches!